Welcome, I'm Mr. Barrios. This is lesson 1.1 of your Personal Finance A, Credit 1. This one's about hourly pay. The concept itself is actually pretty straightforward, especially if you are a young person looking to have a job or you already do have a job, right? You get paid for every 1 hour you work. Well, most jobs do the hourly pay method of paying you. So there's that hourly rate. They have something called straight time pay. And there's something else called overtime pay, which I think is a different lesson, so we're not going to get into that. So we're only focusing on straight time pay. So please review this information on your own before you do your concept check and homework on your own later on. In fact, we actually do the concept check together. It's my first time making videos, so sorry for bouncing around and saying some things that might not make lots of sense yet. I'll do better at that. And in the concept check, they give you some very straightforward questions that you'll be able to answer on your own because these are just basic calculations that you could use a Desmos calculator for. As you can see, I've already done one, which was $7.60 times 40 hours. And number two, again, you're multiplying. Somebody who has a job and they pay $7.90 per hour, and that person worked 37 hours, multiply that, you will know how much that person's getting on their paycheck for those hours worked. Now, when we look at the word problems, this is more like the problems that you're going to see on your own over here, right? The word problems. And that's what we're going to do. We're just going to look at numbers 3 and 4 right now and see how we decipher all this information into becoming just a basic multiplication problem. Bobby is an office manager at a weekly newspaper. He earns $22.50 per hour. So we definitely need that. We want to know how much somebody makes every hour. We're going to multiply it by the amount of hours they worked. How many hours per week does Bobby work if he earns $522? Oh, interesting. Kind of a twist. How many hours did he work if he earned that much money? So we'll just call that, instead of saying that's X, we'll call that H. H is for the hours worked. So $22.50 times H equals the total pay, $522. Our job is to solve for H. Let's change the colors up and talk about what we do next. Because $22.50 is being multiplied to H, and because we want to get rid of it really or balance this equation correctly, what I ask students to think of when we balance is to do the opposite of multiplication so that we can cancel out the $22.50. So the opposite of multiplication is division. So we are dividing both sides by $22.50 so that we may cancel this and find out how many hours this person worked. So H equals 522 divided by 22.50. 522 divided by $22.50. And as we look over here to the right, it's 23.2 hours. Yeah, there we go. 23, I already wrote what I said, 23.2 hours. Now we can go into even more specifics here. And instead of saying 23.2 hours, we can say 23 hours in a certain amount of minutes, which isn't in the example, so I'm just going to do a little bit of extra work. I'm very certain your teacher will accept this answer right here. So if you got to this point, congratulations, you got the answer correct. But if you wanted to know more about minutes, right, 22, we'll put 23H, leave a little blank spot, and then put M for minutes. We can calculate what 0.2 is in terms of minutes, because 0.2 is a part of a total of 60 minutes. So we're doing 0.2 of 60. The word of tells us to multiply. And we will move on to the next one. There we go. 0.2 times 60 minutes, get 60 minutes in every hour, get 12. That's just really telling us that it's 12 minutes. So my other answer, if I choose to do that, Should have changed colors, but if I chose to be more specific, I could have also said 23 hours and 12 minutes worked. Now, I did do a lot right there, so I'm going to erase some of this information. If you need it still, just pause. Pause the video and write down what you'd like, what you need, and we'll move on to the next problem. Lauren earns $8.35 per hour as a swimming instructor. How many hours per week must she work if she wants to earn approximately $190 per week? So again, we have a situation where they tell us one piece of the equation, hours worked and pay, in this case hourly pay, and of course we're multiplying. I'm going to turn this into an H. Another way that we show multiplication is using these parentheses. And they're giving us the end result. We want the end result to be $190. And we're going to follow the same format. We are going to divide to get H by itself. So $190 divided by 835 will be our answer for H. $190 divided by 8.35 equals 22.75449102. Ooh, it's really close. If you hit this little convert to fraction button, we get something that's just really wonky, 3,800 over 167. So we're just going to round that to $22.75. Well, $22.75 is not correct. I apologize for the error. That's 22.75 hours. And that's just a preview of Mr. Barrios' tutoring. Occasionally he makes mistakes and occasionally has to make corrections. And I'm okay with that. As long as you understand what the final answer is now, we can move forward. If you have any questions, please meet with your teacher or a tutor to better understand how to solve these problems, which lead into your homework and your credit checkpoint. And that's this video.